what are your kind of biggest worries at the moment?
Well, I have to be really honest with you that I'm in a well-paid job, and so my concerns, I think, are probably focused on my three boys who are all in their 20s, and they're finding it hard in terms of cost of living, the cost of rent, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm more concerned about the younger generation than I am for myself.
And how are your kind of are they all boys? Are they your sons?
Yes.
And how are your kind of sons coping with that? I'm guessing they might be renting.
They're all well, one of them's still at university, the other two are renting, and yeah, it's been difficult. And the supply of rented property is also very difficult, and the rents have been increasing in London at an incredible rate.
Yeah. And how has your kind of standard of living changed over the past 2 years?
Mine hasn't changed particularly because I'm getting towards the end of my working life, and I'm in the very fortunate position to have paid off my mortgage. So yeah, but obviously it's noticeable that the cost of living is increasing just as much for me as it is for others. Yeah.
And if you're kind of getting to the end of your kind of working life, are you starting to kind of worry about pensions, about
Yeah, I mean, my pension hasn't grown as much as I would have liked it to, so yeah, it's not as I'm not as well provided for in retirement. And I think one of the things I've certainly thought about is that I'll work for longer than I might have done in order to make up some of the shortfall.
With the cost of living crisis, how have your bills been?
Well, everything's gone up, as we all know, especially my house has an old-fashioned wood-fired boiler. Heating oil's very expensive, so yeah, just that.
And what do you kind of expect out of the budget today?
I've no idea. Well, obviously higher taxes, that's inevitable. And inevitable that there'll be deep cuts in public services, because the country can't afford it. Simple as that.
And how do you think the tax increase will kind of impact you and your household?
Well, I'm in the highest tax bracket, and it's inevitable that people who can afford to pay will have to pay more.
And I just wondered, because we're expecting kind of, he's filling kind of a 60 billion, black hole in the economy.
Yeah.
How do you think he's going to kind of do that? What do you expect he'll announce public spending cuts to?
Maybe capital projects. I've thought for a while that HS2 must be at risk. I don't think it's going to be politically possible to make cuts to NHS services, nor do I think that would be a good idea. I think it's a very difficult balancing act. I'm glad I'm not the Chancellor.